My presentation is about my experience in Neurofit. I'm Sepanta. I'm PhD student at Carleton University. I'm working on virtual reality, and my interests are input interfaces, tangible devices, and electromagnets. And this is my only good picture that I have on my computer, so I use it everywhere. So I was working in a startup, Neurofit. So Neurofit is a startup working on the brain health. So for example, people who had stroke or some kind of brain injury may need some mental health care, and Neurofit provides that. So basically it's a virtual rehabilitation tool that brings patient and professionals together, as they quote in their website. And it can the healthcare providers can use it to save time and resources and finances, and they can provide more detailed and personalized support to the patients. And this is our team. So it was our team is much larger than these two guys, but I was working with these two guys. Alex was the founder and CEO, the big boss, and Sage was the another developer. I'm working as a developer, as a software developer in Neurofit. And so let's see how Neurofit works. So basically, it's a game-like exercises to improve your mental health. So for example, if you want to focus on improving your memory, you can uh, choose a game, and then that game is based on your memory. So basically, you have to memorize some kind of pattern and repeat that in the game in order to score some points. It also has like uh, games for attention and processing the information and things like that. So when I joined the Neurofit, I asked myself, how can I help? How can I provide something new? And I figured that there was no direct way for a healthcare provider to monitor the patient. So we came up with the uh, idea of in-session video calls in order to make healthcare provider and patient connected. And so as you can see here, this is one of the sessions, and we have the um, video call inside of the game, and patients can have video call with their healthcare provider, with each other. They can share their screen to kind of share the information what's going on, and healthcare provider can guide them through the session, and they can chat in written form. After that, we went to the stage of expanding the idea. So we were like, what can we do with it? And we asked ourselves, can we have patients calling each other, like just to hang out, or maybe they can play together in the same sessions? And that lead us to my second project in Neurofit, which was the multiplayer mode. So basically, multiplayer mode is like exactly what it sounds. It's like more than one patient in one session. They can compete with each other. They can cooperate with each other to solve the puzzle of the exercise, or you can have your mentor, your healthcare provider with you, besides you in that session, guiding you or helping you. So we had some problems with the multiplayer mode, uh, both technical and in theory. I cannot go into the technical problems, but in theory, we have to have some kind of matchmaking system to kind of match people with the same level of expertise together in order to compete or cooperate with each other. But that kind of violates the privacy of the patients. So we came up with the third project, and this is my last project that I work on in this internship. It was the shadow mode. So basically, it's a way to compete with yourself. And in order to explain that, I have to give you a brief example. So imagine that you want to participate in a running competition, and you're going to train yourself every day naturally. So what you do is that you're gonna run every day. You're gonna track your time or a distance that you've run, and then the next day you will try to improve that, right? So that would be the self competition method. Uh, Basically, every single player on your mobile phone does the same thing. You will see your score, you compare it with your best score, and you try to do better next time. But there is another way of improving yourself, is that you can ask your friend to join you in running, and that kind of rivalry will basically you will push each other to improve. And as I said before, we uh, we couldn't have that kind of another like third person in the sessions. So we decided to combine these two methods together. So for example, back to our example, imagine that what if you could actually see a shadow of yourself from yesterday in front of you when you're running. So imagine that you had like some kind of time machine, and you bring back your yesterday with you, and you run together. Basically, you're competing with yourself. Uh, we can do that in our Neurofit. So I'm going to explain how it works. So one of the sessions in Neurofit is to basically throw water balloon to hit some targets. Uh, After you hit a number of targets, like 10 of the targets, it will end, and it will show you your record and your time and your accuracy. So in shadow mode, after you've done the first try, the system will summon a bot, and bot do exactly what you did in the previous session, and you have to compete with that. So basically, you're competing with your previous round, and you can actually see what you did previously. And it's basically it sounds really strange, but you can definitely feel the difference, and you can definitely feel the like the competition, as strange as it sounds. But my experience was like, you are actually better than what you think you are. You can feel that, and it was really interesting to see yourself in a different perspective. And it is harder than you think, and even if you lose, you won't feel bad, uh, because it was yourself doing that. You cannot be jealous of yourself. So both ways, if you improve, you're improve. If you lose, you won't feel bad, and both ways works pretty well, especially for the people in that situation. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience in working in a startup. So previously, my previous internship was in actual company, like a big company, and the differences are like in a startup, you can explore different ideas, and they allow you to do that. And after your exploration, you can uh, execute them. Like you can see your ideas is kind of implementing into the actual project, and it allows you to learn a lot because, as I said, you're exploring the wide range of ideas. But at the same time, you have a heavier workload because you kind of have to match your startup with the customer need, and it's not like a little update to your existing code. You have to like throw the whole project away and do it all over again. So that was it basically. Thank you, NSERC, Audrey, and Tamara. They helped me a lot.